Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Well, perhaps not Fridays. Guys, we are at the point of the week that, in my opinion, is the most underrated day of the week. It is Thursday. It's the day before Friday. This is like, to me, Thursday does not get the love that it should otherwise get. But it is Thursday. We're rounding out the end of the week. And as you can see, based on price action, it has been nothing short of stellar. No pun intended on stellar lumens. It has been nothing short of stellar. This price action is just getting us hyped up in the market. But I did want to talk about kind of what I'm seeing in the charts here. A little bit of an update over yesterday because there is a minor update that I did want to speak to on Bitcoin. And then today's TA Q&A. So we'll see who turns out. We got a light crowd at the moment, and we'll see who turns up and for the live stream and see what questions everybody has from a TA perspective. With that being said, let's get into the price action here. We're still consolidating in the range that I've spoken to, but what I wanted to point out to you is that right now, at the moment, price action has closed above the 50 simple moving average. Now, there's a couple things we want to watch for on this chart, okay? There's a couple possibilities. One is we roll over. Now, if we roll over and we start closing below the 50 simple moving average on the 12-hour chart below 60,300, that's not only going to cause price action to go below the 50 simple moving average, and that 50 SMA will act as resistance, but additionally, it's going to cause the moving average to continue curling downward, which is not what we want to see, right? So I like to see that price action is above the 50 SMA. What we really want to see right now is just maintain some price levels up here, because what that will result in, not just higher lows coming in, but it's going to cause this 50 SMA to want to flatten out. We want it to flatten out. And then what we want to see, once the 50 simple moving average flattens out, we want to see a stark increase in price somewhere up into this region. That will cause the 50 to begin to curl up, and you know what that will result in, a golden cross. Okay, again, not the golden shower. We don't want golden showers. It will result in a golden cross, which is what we're waiting for. So that's really the only other update on price action that I wanted to share with you. But let's turn it over to you. What questions do you have for me in the charts? I did post something out earlier today, which I'll hit on this chart here. It's gotten a lot of attention recently, apparently, from the Litecoin community. Somebody, at least one person with a prominent Litecoin following, must have reposted this. But the question that I would pose to everyone here, and feel free to drop your opinion, from current price levels, which OG coin do you think will have the biggest run to cycle top? Will it be XRP, Cardano, Litecoin, or Digibyte? In full transparency, I do think it's going to be Digibyte. XRP was leading for a while, and then all of a sudden, I don't know who reposted this, but Litecoin is in the lead. So I'd be curious to hear everyone else's thoughts. But one of the things I did want to point to as it relates to this, and why I think that Cardano is going to, from current levels, outpace XRP, is this chart. This is literally just a comparison chart. That's all it is. It's a relativity chart. We look at a lot of unique relativity charts on this channel. There's been an uptrend that's been in place. This is a 2-week chart. Okay, this is ADA divided by XRP. So if the chart is going up and to the right, it means that Cardano is outperforming XRP, which it's done this entire time. If it's going down and to the right, which it did here, then it's underperforming XRP, which we did from 2021 going all the way into the end of 2023. Okay. But you can see there's this major area of price confluence we've run into. Now, there's no reason the major price confluence has to hold. This could break, and we could identify other areas of price confluence. And it's quite possible, it is quite possible, that this price confluence could break, and you could be looking for support somewhere in this vicinity of here, okay? Somewhere around here. It's very possible. But we are at a point, especially if this holds up, there's enough room to the upside that what this chart is telling me, and just looking at the overall trend going up here, I would anticipate Cardano to outpace XRP. And again, it has nothing to do, you guys know I actually have joked around about Charles Hoskins. So I have no love for Cardano at all whatsoever. It's just, I'm just evaluating the charts and sharing what I see. Guys, no engagement. I'm not seeing any engagement right now. Would really appreciate the support. Wow, I'm getting 65 questions from one person. Welcome in, Jake. We got total 3, Rio, ends in silver. Well, we're not going to do any of all of those. Okay. We'll take a look at perhaps 2 of them. Okay. It's a light day today, so we'll have the time to take a look at 2 of them. But that's what I got on Cardano and XRP. I was checking out the Cash Solana chart, seeing how that's holding up earlier today. What else was I looking at? I was looking at Orca. All right, let me get into some questions here. So let's take a look at total 3. I don't think we've looked at that this week at all. So I think it would definitely be worthwhile to take a look. Looks like this is a monthly view on the Gaussian. Oh, I think maybe I just wanted to look at this long wick down here. Let's get off the monthly view. Let's go to a weekly view. Yeah, and we spoke about this Gaussian channel. You don't want to re-enter the Gaussian channel after it turns from red to green. So it's good to see that we've escaped the Gaussian channel for the time being. Right now, it's just a matter of starting to build some higher highs and higher lows, right? I mean, you can see we've been in a clear downtrend. If there's bears out there saying, "Oh, I'm really super bearish," again, I've sort of shared this similar statement in times past when we've evaluated charts. If you have lower highs coming in and lower lows, I may look more macro perspective and say I'm expecting this to go up and start to break, but I can't defend that until we actually start to do it. We need to start bouncing up here and invalidating all of these lower highs, right? So until then, the bears have a case that there's lower highs coming in here. But yeah, we just have a bunch of descending resistance here that I have pretty easily marked out in here. You can kind of, I don't know, you can do that if you want to. But I mean, some sort of flagging structure. I would be more focused on what areas of I would be focused on 2 things with this chart. One, you don't want this low taken out, okay? Again, my view is the bottom is in, but, you know, no one can tell you that with certainty. That's just my feel based on where we're at and all the charts we look at. I don't think I can go on because no one is engaging with me. For the love of God, hit the thumbs up button. This is how I am graded on YouTube. Please show a little love for the live stream if you're choosing to tune in, or feel free to drop off. I mean, it doesn't really matter either way to me. Feel free. But we're just going to pause for the moment because people are just they're not choosing to engage. They're choosing to, you know what I can't stand? I can't stand laziness. I can't stand, if there's one attribute of someone that gets on my nerves the most, it's somebody who has all the potential in the world and they're lazy as fuck. All right? Don't be lazy. Please don't be lazy. Thank you. Ugos, welcome in. Evan is silent in the background. I love it. Ugos and Evan, good to see you guys. Yeah, I mean, I would focus on mainly just not taking out this low that we created back here a couple weeks ago, and then it's just all the resistance that I have panned out to you, right? I like to see that the MACD is starting to try to flatten out here, okay? Stochastic RSI looks like it wants to get a positive cross above 20. We know from evaluating other charts, and we've spoken to this, the historical context on Bitcoin on the weekly and 2-week stochastic crosses above 20, that typically that's where you see a lot of momentum begin to come into the market. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, even though that may be a fair assessment here, there could be more situations on a chart like this where it doesn't pan out, only because you have a higher degree of volatility in a chart like this. But in generalities, if we took a look back through time and we saw the number of occurrences where the stochastic RSI crossed above 20, in particular, I'm sure when the MACD is positive, it's resulted in significant upside appreciation. So we just have to remain patient. Jake, I did say I would get to 2 charts, so we're going to do it. You were the only one giving me some questions, so I'm going to stick with you, my friend. Let's do one more for you. Rio. Every time I chart this, I think of Rios from 94 WIP. Rio. What we got? 12 hour? I think not. Okay, this is a nice 3-day view here. You can see we are absolutely, without question, in a falling wedge. There is no doubt in my mind we're in a falling wedge here. Yeah, no doubt whatsoever. Now, these falling wedges tend to be bullish. They don't need to be. But they tend to be, when these patterns, basically what I'm saying is when a pattern like this historically has presented itself on other charts, you tend to see some sort of a break to the upside and not the downside, okay? Let's see, on a chart like this, I have the areas of resistance and confluence and support and all that fun stuff here. You could draw another one there at $2 psychological level, but I have it pretty well sketched out here. The other thing I'd look for on this chart, is there any bullish divergence coming in? Because when I see, again, I actually just spoke to this on the spaces I was kind of fumbling over my words when I was talking there initially. I was kind of multitasking to start the spaces, and I was fumbling over my words. But one of the primary things you guys know I do on this live stream and I look for in trade opportunities is bullish divergence on the RSI. And typically when you have a setup like this, because I've evaluated so many charts and seen the similar thing pan out, immediately when I see a falling wedge in conditions like we have today, I'm almost anticipating that I'm going to see bullish divergence. Now, obviously, I haven't looked at this ahead of the live stream, so we'll see if this pans out. Let's go to a smaller time frame. I mean, literally, what do we got here? We got bullish divergence. Hold on. Take that off. Okay. Look at what's going on here. You got the relative strength index increasing, and you've got price. Where the fuck is the arrow? I feel like TradingView always changes this shit. You got price here going slightly down. Okay, price is going down, and the relative strength index is increasing. This is bullish divergence. So what this is telling us on a lower time frame is that there's a good chance that there could be some sort of a break to the upside sooner rather than later. Now, these bullish divergences don't need to pan out, but if they did, and I was trading this thing, we're at 87 cents, my whole take profit area would be right in between this zone. That's what I would be doing, right? When you're trading, again, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. Don't be greedy with your trades. Know how you want to exit. If I was trading this is where I would be taking some profits, okay? And you can always, if you're a little bit more sophisticated with your trades, what you can do is maybe leave a quarter or a third of your position in and have a trailing stop loss. Maybe riding a moving average. Depends on your risk tolerance level. You can go down to lower time frames and kind of ride things. But that's how I would play it. Let's see what else. EDU. Oh, is there a good update here? Ricky, welcome in, man. Good to see you. I didn't see your comment there for a second. Good to see you. When did we chart this? I mean, there's really not that much progress. This is EDU. Yeah, there isn't much progress. I was expecting something a little bit more eventful. Okay, I don't really. Wait, who said this? Thaba. There's nothing really there, my friend. Sorry, don't have anything exciting there. FIS. Okay, well, Thaba already asked a question, so I'll bounce back to that, but I want to get to Juan first. Juan, welcome in. Juan, you were not the first one on the live stream. I do want to give you a little. You get some bad remarks for that. You gotta pick it up, my friend. I'm always counting on you being the first person in here. IBEX 35. I have never heard of that. Are you sure you got that right? Yeah, I don't see shit. I'm going to get back to you. I don't know what you're talking about. Ibex 35 sounds like R2D2 from Star Wars. FIS. It is the Spanish index. Oh, you want to go to traditional markets? Why, sure. We can do that. Let's do something a little different. It does sound like an indice name. Exchange, yeah, whatever the hell that stands for. All right. Let's see. Let's go to a weekly. Oof, there's a lot of price data here. Let's go to a monthly. Well, one of the things, and again, I've never evaluated this chart. You can tell because there's nothing sketched out here, and I don't have a saved chart. So, this is a monthly view, by the way, monthly view. Ooh, I have no moving averages on here. Come on now. Where the hell are my moving averages at? I need the 50, the 200, and I like putting the 20 on there. Okay. So one of the things I would point out to you is just from a moving average perspective, what you'd like to see. You want this 200, the pink line, you want that to continue to sort of flatten and then curl up. That will occur at the same time that the 50 and the 20 are both above there. You got the 20 and 50 both above the 200. That's extremely bullish. And this is on a monthly view, by the way, so this is a very high time frame view. Now, let's not clutter the chart. Let's take some of this noise off, and let's just focus on price action. Key area of support, I would put it a zone right here. Let's see, other areas of support, rather obvious. Some of these areas, and again, we're not going to get too cute here. We're just going to paint out general areas of price confluence here. This is definitely an area right around there. And again, this is a monthly view, so there's a lot more credence behind what it is that we're looking at here. And I would paint another area of resistance right around there. It's kind of tough. I would put it right about there. So that is what I'm looking at in terms of areas of support. And then in terms of resistance, one of the things I would share with you guys on this indice chart that I like to see how this downtrend got broken? We had downward resistance here. We broke out above it. Now what is going on? Well, what's going on is we're having some sort of a parabolic rise in price. Look at the trajectory here, right? And if it continues to pan out, it would certainly play out very well to what, at least I'm anticipating in generalities in the market. Now, I haven't studied this indice, but I would imagine it would play out similarly. But you can see we have this sharp incline rise in price, right? So very, very good to see. Now, in terms of resistance, I'm going to give you resistance right around there. And I'm going to give you resistance. There's a whole cluster here. This is going to be a big zone to break above. So let's take a look at that. So right now we're sitting at 11,150. Everywhere between 11,400 and 13,000 is going to be, this area right here is going to be a major area of price confluence. It's going to be challenging to break above. Not that we can, it's just going to be challenging. If we go to the technicals, relative strength index looks great. It's at 66, just shy of 70. The MACDs had this nice steady incline. Stochastic RSI looks fine. Very healthy chart. Very healthy chart in the midst of a turnaround here that still looks like it has plenty of momentum to potentially continue rising in price. Yeah, Digibyte has not panned out as well as I would have hoped, Ricky. It's not as bullish as I was many months ago. Just have not seen a rise in price in this thing. Doesn't mean I don't think that it's still not going to. Yeah, we got this cross here. That didn't pan out. This thing has underwhelmed. There's no question about it. Digibyte has underwhelmed. Doesn't mean that I don't think that it can't rise substantially in price, Because, like I said, based on this poll, I still think Digibyte's going to outpace all three of those tokens from current price levels. We're sitting here at 0.7 of a penny. And we're kind of just resting on the floor here. Let me take this Williams alligator out of the way. We're just kind of sitting on this floor. Right here. So we just need some momentum to come in here. There's really... Is there any bullish divergence or anything? Yeah, you got some bullish divergence on the 3-day, but I'm more interested in going to a higher time frame view and asking the question, what's going on? What's going on is there's been lackluster price action, and things are not going to get interesting in Digibyte until we start to clear above this wall right here between 4.5 cents and 3.33 cents. I mean, we got to get all the way up here, which, by the way, if you evaluate price action, it can happen very quickly. I'm just not anticipating it within the next month or two. I mean, this could be, you could be up in this area, you know, early next year, based on my view of the market, but I don't anticipate before then. Something could always happen that could surprise us, and maybe we're up there in the fourth quarter, but I wouldn't. I would take an educated guess and say us entertaining areas up in the 3 to 4 cent area are not going to happen until first quarter of next year. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it's been lackluster. Let's see what else we got. XRB backs back. Okay, we'll be ripping. Yep. You seem to have common values and habits. Ricky, you need to elaborate. And the reason I say that is because, number one, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. If you've followed the channel for a while, I have actually gone out of my way to relentlessly say that being maximalist, a maximal like Transformers, being a maximalist is being tribal and it's being ignorant. It doesn't matter if you're maximal on any project. Just pick the project. I don't want to piss the wrong person off. Oh, I love Cardano. Fine. But if you're only evaluating that project and saying that everything else is shit, I think it is such an ignorant way to look at the market. So I am absolutely not a maximalist. So I have no idea why I give you that vibe. I've never heard anyone say that to me before. Yeah, the XRP artwork is still in my closet. I still have it. All right, let's get into FIS. Someone had a question on FIS. Who was that? Was it... Oh, Stava had a question. Perdóname. Permiso. FIS. Don't say that, Evan. You're going to jinx things. There's always a possibility Bitcoin dominance could temporarily spike up to 60 or 62%. Again, I've been calling for 50, relative terms, 58 to 60% to be the top. Likely 58. I've been talking about that for months. FIS, quick observation on the monthly. Not a huge fan of what I'm seeing, although in generalities, you've lost a lot of money in this thing depending where you've gotten in. However, since we ended the downtrend here, I will say, even though this is still in a downtrend, I do like to see this. This sticks out to me right away. This looks like a nice rounding bottom formation, okay? I have to check. What is an Adam and Eve pattern? I think an Adam and Eve pattern is this, and then a sharp correction, and then a rounding top, and then you sort of get a cup and handle, and then a move up, which I don't know if this will qualify. But, yeah, I like to see the nice rounding bottom here. So to that aspect, I do like it, and we do see higher lows coming in, but it's not the most bullish chart we've looked at. Let's get to a weekly. I can get a little bit more granular. Yeah, this kind of spells it out a little bit more. I don't know what this is, but not a big fan of the chart. Maybe we should do... Oh, I just thought of something. We'll take a look at after this. Let's see. We're basically ranging. Like, I'm just going to give you here's my synopsis for this chart. We're literally just, I mean, look at this. You tell me if I'm correct or incorrect in this assertion. We're ranging. We're ranging. We're ranging. Until we break out above that red area of resistance, I have no interest in this. We got to start breaking above 86 cents. And then once you start breaking above 86 cents, you're getting into that psychological level of $1. So I'm not interested in this until we start to break above there. Not really a big fan of the chart. I was going to say, speaking of shitty charts, I have not looked at Casper in quite some time. Remember, this chart, as horrific as it looks, is still on my radar for a trade opportunity because at some point this thing is going to bounce. But it just keeps bleeding. Now, this is horrendous. Dear God. Man, I don't understand why so many of my charts got so fucked up. Where is my no-no zone chart? Oh, I'm so pissed. My no-no zone chart disappeared. What is happening? Where's my... Hold on. Let's go to media. Let me see what exchange I had. No-no zone. Percent to CoinX. Okay. So, let's see. There we go. All right. So, a little update on a shit coin. Big old poopy coin. And again, I just want to caution everyone. People were saying, great buy opportunity, great buy opportunity, great buy opportunity. You don't want to catch a falling knife because this thing is down. It's not good. But what I'm interested in now, I have most of my trade position in Orca, as you're aware. I took profits from my Synapse trade. I'm in Orca at the moment. I think there's a nice floor around $2. I don't see bullish divergence on the chart. However, what I do see and what I shared on X is that I do see an increasing level of relative strength index as the price has sort of been gravitating up. We've seen that a few times in the past, which has historically led to a large rise in price. And there are several key areas of price confluence above us. The thing could easily double. So I think I'm in a great trade. We'll have to see how it pans out. But this one is still on my list because, again, as shitty as the chart is, it doesn't mean at some point we're going to get a trade. We're not going to not get a trade opportunity in here. Again, I would be looking for bullish divergence. And again, we had some increasing RSI here, but it's completely fallen apart again. Now, this is rough. I mean, this is not bullish divergence. The only thing I can say for anyone who's still invested in this, one glim ray of hope is that even though price went lower, so up here we were up at 2.18 cents. We're all the way down. Where the hell are we at in price? Are we below oh, that's right. We went all the way down to $0.015, right? We're all the way down here at 1.2 or 3 cents. Wow. Okay. Well, even though we've had this sharp decline in price, the RSI has hit a double bottom. So that's one glimmer of hope for for anyone who's still bag holding this. Because again, when the floor broke here, I mean, just pick the mid-range of the floor. I mean, we are down. That's what I was saying, guys. You don't want to catch a falling knife. I mean, you're down more than 50%. I just don't understand. I don't know. I've beaten a dead horse, but I'm not seeing any here. I'm not seeing anything here at the moment that it looks bad. I will say this chart. This is the worst chart that I have evaluated in quite some time. There you go. This is the worst chart I have evaluated in quite some time. It takes the cake. This is clearly not a Wyckoff accumulation. This is not some sort of a deviation. I think we can throw that one out. it's just a shitty chart. And I feel bad for anyone who's invested in this because it's horrific. Guys, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to see how the market looks tomorrow. If we do, I will say, make sure you do click the bell icon for all notifications because I don't have a whole lot going on tomorrow. This is what happens when you get older in life. Look, to be blunt, weather down here in South Florida sucks. Chances are, based on the forecast, Friday at like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever, it's going to be fucking raining. It's going to be cloudy. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I don't want to leave the house. So I might live stream if there's some good price action that comes in. If we can start seeing some price action on Bitcoin getting up to the 61.8 area and above, I might live stream tomorrow. So make sure you click that bell icon if you choose to want to engage in tomorrow's live stream if I do live stream. I have a few late people showing up to the party, a little late into the live stream. Ricky agreed, marrying a project and discarding other potential great ideas based on a binary thought process is just foolish. I meant it as in food, exercise, mental health habits, no offense. Dude, you didn't offend me. I had no idea what you're talking about. You seem to have common values or habits. I didn't know that Bitcoin maximalists had stereotypical values and habits. I have no idea. And I wasn't offended, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty... So, it's funny, real quick. Before we tune out, I have a couple thoughts for you. It's funny because I've attempted to communicate to you guys on prior live streams. Like, I'm literally a nobody. Like, I'm just somebody who decided to start a YouTube channel up. I didn't even know what would turn into this. And I enjoy doing this stuff. And who you see on YouTube is really who I am in real life. Okay? There is... You talk about somebody who's being authentic. I'm pretty damn authentic with you guys. So, yeah, I tend to be very structured when it comes to dietary things, even supplements. Ever since I had that health scare from last year, I've gotten more into taking a look at the supplements I'm taking so that I have very good nutritional palate that I'm intaking on a daily basis. And exercise. I'm very regimented about exercise. So, yes. So I'm a pretty clean person in that sense. What the heck was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to share with you. Yes, so another thought I wanted to share with you because I think Ricky is sharing a really, really, really good, insightful comment here. You guys cannot... I quite often on this live stream speak about objectively evaluating the charts. And for various reasons we won't get into, people either won't acknowledge that or they get offended by it, right? So on this channel, what we do is we objectively evaluate the data and we formulate conclusions based on what is likely moving forward. Remember, when Casper broke down, I said, based on my objective view of the chart, who's to say this thing couldn't go to a penny? You can go back to my live streams from months ago. I said we could have bottomed at 2.5 cents, but who's to say we don't go to a penny? Well, we're almost at a penny. And that was just basic technical analysis. Again, it's all about probabilities. But some people, for various reasons, get offended or they don't understand this. This is why I love analytics and data. You can't emotionally invest in a project. If you marry a project, if you marry a stock, you're going to go down with the Titanic, okay? Now, you're always going to hear about that 1 in a million thing. You invest in like Amazon, and if you would have just held it, okay. But 9 chances out of 10, if you're investing in an altcoin right now, and the chart looks like shit, at the very least, it's going to underperform other higher performing altcoins in the space. So the question I would ask you is, why would you not want to invest in the higher performers that have a better looking chart? Pretty simple question. You can answer that for yourself, but it gets at the heart of Ricky's point here. You need to constantly re-evolve your view on the markets based objectively on the data that is presented to you. Again, I held a decent position in Casper that I parted ways with a while ago, okay? Because the chart structurally changed over why I put money, my hard-earned money, invested in that for a reason. Appreciate you too, Ricky, man. The live stream wouldn't be possible without you. Guys, we're going to cut out here. Thava, I got to a few of your questions, so you'll have to excuse me. We're at the 35-minute mark. But make sure to tune in next week for a live TA Q&A, and I'll make sure to address any questions you have we haven't gotten to. Tomorrow, again, if we get some interesting price action come in here, we're above 61.8. I'll very likely live stream tomorrow. I could geek out with you guys, so if you want to join me, feel free. Click the bell icon. I don't know what time I will be live streaming tomorrow. It could be 4 o'clock. It could be 3:30. It could be 5:30. I don't know. But, guys, take care, and until next time, everybody, peace out, Evan. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness. And let's carry the education forward. Take care.